Hey everybody, welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix. Last time we went into the Enchanted Domain and unfortunately stole Princess Aurora's heart. And we started to fight the boss, however we were unable to kill it. I think it took me like... I think it killed me like 5 times. Whatever, so this time I actually do want to go ahead and kill this thing, and I might as well mention that off-screen I did grind up until level 7 or so I did grind up a few levels. So, honestly this fight is very simple. You really just want to... You want to target the body, not because that's the primary target, but because it won't take you... It'll take you more time if you wanted to just... If you wanted to destroy all 3 parts, then that would take you too long, and with how this fight is structured, it just saves you a lot of time to just destroy the body only, and not the 2 side things. I mean, you can destroy the 2 side things, but I personally would not recommend it. And for beating this boss, we get deck capacity up and diamond dust, though I'm not 100% sure what the hell that is for. I don't know.
It's my fault her light was stolen. It was because I was weak. I'm sorry. I'll get your light back. Once I learn to stand up against the darkness. Why would Master Xehanort imprison the light? The purest hearts of light. Do they hold the answer?
Seven pure hearts, each completely void of darkness. Such a search may take some time.
Very sorry. Yeah, we got a new Keyblade. Honestly, it's not better than the one we have currently, so I'm not going to equip it, even though I believe I do go into the menu and... Anyway, now that we've completed the Enchanted Domain, we can now go to the Castle of Dreams, I believe it's called, or the Dwarf Woodlands. However, before we go to either of those places, there is something I want to do. We still need to check out the command board, so I will see you guys back here when I go ahead and do that. So now we want to go check out the command board. Just go into the start menu and you'll see the command board option. On the command board, you roll dice, move along the panels, and try to rack up GP game points. To win, be the first back to start with enough for the GP goal. Select new game, then choose the game board and GP goal. Check the instructions if you need help. Currently, we only have one board available to us, and that is the Keyblade board, the place of departure thing. So we set a GP goal of 10,000, which I actually regret doing it this way because this wound up taking a really long time. Whatever. So there will be a playing order, and since your opponents are Aventus and Aqua, when it's your turn, choose what you want to do. Check the bottom right to see how you are all doing. You can see all your points in the bottom right of the screen. That's what it's telling you. Triangle. Press triangle to toggle the panel view, which lets you move the cursor around the board. Hold triangle to move faster. Press L1 or R1 to rotate the camera. Press square to switch to an overhead view of the board, and press X to toggle the panel info window. Excuse me. Start by choosing roll to roll the die. You will move forward to the number of spaces you roll. When you hit a fork in the road, use the directional pad and press X to choose a new direction. It'll make sense as we go along, don't worry. So obviously, like I said, we want to go ahead and click roll, and it's not going to roll automatically, just press X to roll the dice. Now, the thing is, there are checkpoints that you need to do, that you need to get to. Yellow, red, green, I believe, and I want to say blue, or was it purple? I don't know. Each space does something somewhat different. For example, these blank spaces with just the number on them, those are spaces that you can take over. So, and here I'm forgetting that the game highlights the space that you're going to land on. My apologies. But when you get to a fork in the road, the game will highlight which space you're going to land on. So those bluish spaces you saw in the top left there. Pass through checkpoints, earn bonus GP, and collect 1 command card. Check your nameplate to find out which checkpoints you've passed. The ones you've been through are marked. Pass through all 4 checkpoints and then pass the start panel to collect more bonus GP and restock your command cards. The bonus change is as you complete laps and acquire more panels. The deck commands you own serve as your game pieces. Symbols are assigned based on command types. Land on an empty panel and you may pay GP to place a command there. Whenever opponents land on your panel, they must pay you a toll. Commands you placed on the board are powered up at the end of the game based on their value and your final rank. Each player has both a GP wallet and wealth. The GP wallet is basically your spending money, where wealth is your GP wallet plus panels you own. For you to win, your wealth must equal or exceed the GP goal. So each of these cards is a actual command, which will allow you to then power them up to a whatever level you feel like. Very handy, actually, being able to power up your commands.
Thank you.
And actually,
My turn.
as you saw there, that giant,
Nice.
that giant, like, purple block thing that will protect you from the damage to your GP. And here I actually do, I think I decided. Okay, never mind, I decided to go to the north. Land on damaged panels and some of your GP will absorb into the prize cube. Ride the prize cube, the number of spaces shown in the star to earn bonus GP as well as the GP absorbed from players.
Oh no. There we go.
So basically it's telling us that you can ride that cube to gain more GP from your the other players. You can spend GP to raise a panel's level. This increases the toll and affects how much the command will power up. So basically whenever you land at a checkpoint or the start menu, you actually have to land on it, mind you. You can power it up. You can level up any panel if you land on the start panel or a checkpoint, or level up a panel you own if you happen to land on it. And of course, leveling up panels costs GP. You can go up to level 5, which, of course, as I mentioned, increases the toll.
There we go.
There is a bit more to this game that isn't quite explained yet, but
Yeah.
this begs mentioning that there are bonus panels which will let you get
That's the way.
new commands. And then of course each board is laid out differently, of course.
All right.
And I don't know why I decided to freaking go south there instead of... Actually, no, I can see it, never mind.
Nice.
And of course, each panel is color-coded, so you'll know right away which panels are owned by different players.
There we go.
Now, of course, another thing that might play a role is the fact that you can actually take over the panels owned by other players, but you also have to pay them GP in order to take it over.
That's the way.
So, it kind of... like, this system just kind of creates an interesting little dynamic of how it could possibly turn out. I mean, you never really know how these games are going to turn out. I can guarantee we can't predict it.
Nice.
And of course, Aqua goes ahead and gets the freaking, excuse me, gets the next checkpoint. That's just the thing. The panel with a bunch of stars on it, that gives you... Okay, you can play hands using different command card combinations. Hands yield various results. With the right cards, you could even turn the tables on your opponents. So, for example, you can use one magic card to just give you 2 dice, or you can use 2 in order to give you 3 dice. But if you were to use, say, for example, a miscellaneous card, you could protect your GP from being lost 1 time. Very handy, actually. And of course, the first time I get 6, I use 2 dice, I get shit. If I'm being completely honest.
There we go.
Like, that roll really sucked, considering it was 2 dice.
Yeah.
Like, I should have gotten a better roll, but whatever. Not much I can really do about that.
Nice.
And then, of course, if you, for example, take over all the panels in a row,
Nice.
then those 2 panels, or 3 panels, will then get
All right.
a bonus. Which is good. And then here, once again, I can choose to go ahead and take
There we
this
go.
panel, which I decided to do. Huh, okay then. So, I think I might as well mention this, that
That's the way.
recently I finished Tales of Berseria, which actually I really liked this game. I thought it was very good. I personally thought it was very good. I might be the only one that actually thought that, but I thought it was very good. Very, very, very good. It's not my favorite Tales game, but I definitely really enjoyed it. I know that some people didn't like Berseria, but I know that I definitely really liked it. By the way, you can press X to skip that animation. Very handy. So, it's kind of like... there are a lot of things that Berseria did that I really like, but there are also some things about it I didn't particularly care for. For example, I feel like the villain of Tales of Berseria was
Oh no.
one of the weaker villains. Not to say that Berseria's villain was bad. No, I thought the villain of Berseria was not bad. Pretty good. Definitely not the best villain in the series, mind you. But still better than Symphonia's villain as far as I'm concerned. I know that's controversial opinion, but I don't care. So now that I've finished my first playthrough, and actually not quite, I'm actually currently trying to do the extra dungeon you unlock after beating the game. But you can be assured that I will be doing a Let's Play of Tales of Berseria at some point. If you land on an opponent's panel, you can pay that opponent GP to take it over. These commands are also yours to keep as deck commands. And of course, the value of that panel's what you have to pay in order to take it over.
Nice.
And unfortunately, what's his face, Ventus gets the bonus first, but oh well. But yeah, it's. But yeah, once I get a few more playthroughs of Berseria, and yeah, you can be pretty much assured
Nice.
that I'm going to eventually be doing a Let's Play of Berseria. Granted, that's far down the
That's the
line,
way.
but you can quote me on that eventual Let's Play of Tales of Berseria. And it has a lot of stuff to it, so that would not be a short LP at all.
There we go.
Hence why I'd have to do multiple more playthroughs in order to actually friggin'
All right.
yeah, I would have to prepare big time just because of how long of a game
Nice.
Berseria is. I mean, I think my first playthrough took me, I want to say currently 70 hours.
Yeah.
In other business, actually,
Nice.
I am very excited to finally get started on the Kingdom Hearts series. And then, cool thing, you can use the Joker card to basically do a roulette of sorts, which will give you a random effect. Very handy.
All
I mean,
right.
I think one of them is GP Magnet, which gives you GP based on the amount of panels that your opponents own. And here I'm debating on what I should friggin' level up, but whatever.
There we go. That's the way. Nice.
GP Magnets! Basically requires you to use one magic card, one attack card, and one miscellaneous card.
How you like
The game will highlight these cards for you anyway, so you don't need to worry about knowing which symbols are which. And again, you'll be able to know right away. Basically, GP Magnet multiplies the number of panels your opponents own by 150, and that's how much GP you get.
There we go.
Now, of course, unfortunately, there is the fact
No.
that I willingly get deducted GP, but hey, that's kind of part of my strategy, basically.
Thank you. Oh no.
Honestly, this mini game gets a lot more chaotic, I guess you could call it, the farther that you go into it. I mean, sure, I think this is actually the highest amount of enemies. Opponents, not enemies, that you get in the command board. But the enemy AI actually starts becoming intelligent the farther you go along the boards. Because let's face it, the enemy AI right now is not very intelligent at all. In fact, they are really dumb. In fact, actually, even in the Enchanted Castle or whatever it was called, Castle of Dreams, excuse me. Even then, I don't think they really freaking... Yeah, I don't think they...
How you like this?
Yeah, now that I think that, I don't even think Cinderella really used the cards that much. Okay, good. 10. This is a much better roll than I got the last time I used to...
There we go.
Excuse me. The first time I used 2 dice in this game.
All right.
One thing I do really like about this minigame, yeah, there actually exists minigames that are actually good, go figure, but one thing I actually do really like about this minigame is, yeah, it's really similar, actually I wouldn't say it's really similar, the fact that it's,
There we go.
borrows a lot of inspiration from Monopoly. Not entirely all of its inspiration, obviously, but it definitely borrows some inspiration from Monopoly. Not to say that that's bad, no, because I actually quite like Monopoly myself. But it's just... Yeah, this minigame is actually pretty fun. But at the same time, it's like, it doesn't really bring anything new to the table. Hell, I've heard some people actually compare it to Mario Party for some reason. Like, the only reason I can see people making that connection is because of the dice rolling and the board, but... Really? It just doesn't make very much sense to me. And then here, if you use 2 miscellaneous cards, you can use Confuse on your opponents, which will... I'm trying to think. Which will essentially make them to go in random directions for the next several turns.
No.
And then, of course, I say it makes them go in random directions, but they go in this direction they need to go anyway.
Nice.
I don't know if that's, like, just bad luck, or the AI just decided to say, screw you. I don't know. Okay. And again, yeah, alongside Tales of Berseria, you can also be assured that eventually I'm going to do a Let's Play of Dark Souls 3, which, as you saw last night, I actually just uploaded a random clip of me getting flawlessly killed by Dark Eater Meteor, the optional boss in the Ringed City DLC. Which actually, that brings to life a very interesting point. Because what's really weird is that if you really think about it, how would I put it? It's
All right.
I don't know how to explain it.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, just like in Monopoly, once you start running low on GP, you can give up panels in order to save yourself, per se. Which I actually find that quite funny. Oh yeah, if you land on that space there, panels will go up in value. Very nice. And I just realized I don't think... Wow, I just... Okay.
There we go.
Oh, damn. 3,000 GP. Whew!
All right. There we go.
Okay then. Ouch. Some commands are placed on the board from the get-go, land on one of these bonus panels, and you can acquire a new deck command for more GP. And of course I'm gonna take that. And obviously once again by taking over the two panels in the same zone, they go up 50% in value, and if you put two commands with the same symbol next to each other, gain 10% value. You know, actually, I think this is kind of cute. It's like, hey, let's freaking, It's weird, to say the least, but, yeah, Aqua's not doing so great. Hey, 76 wet egg wallets! I'm such a smart man! Oh, crap, I just forgot what's her fate. Wow, I just forgot that Aqua was a woman, not a man. Oops! Well, is that really oops?
There we go. All right.
I swear that space is right there. It's like, hey, let's really screw you. I mean... Ouch. That's not good. Aqua?
Oh no.
Wow. I actually feel kind of bad for you, Aqua.
No.
Wow. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I don't feel very good for her. Oh no, they finally freaking upgraded their panel. I'm so scared. The good news is we're just about done here, so should not take very long.
How you like this?
You do not need to land on the star panel, you just need to pass it at the very least. And of course, unfortunately, I only grab a 6.
There we go.
which sucks.
All right.
And I just like how freaking where I've taken over most of that part of the board, which is very funny. And then, yeah, like I said, I feel really bad for Aqua.
That's the way.
She was doing so well at the beginning, but then, well, she kind of started messing up. Well, more like we decided to start screwing her, but whatever. And now I win, so that is very handy. Now, after the game ends, you get a results screen showing who came first, who came in second, who came in third, which is very handy. Then you get the new commands that you got, and then you also get that ones you put on the board, powered up and down, what their value was. Which, I really like this. I mean, I didn't really use the command board all that much in my first playthrough, Birth by Sleep, but now I definitely kind of regret it. Anyway, I will see you guys in the Castle of Dreams. I'm sorry for the random cut there.
Is something wrong?
It's just that my friends made me the most beautiful dress, but my stepmother and stepsisters ruined it, and I was so looking forward to the ball.
Darkness always finds a way into a wounded heart. You have to be strong. Strength of heart will carry you through the hardest of trials.
But
Unversed!
You know, the first time I played Birth by Sleep, I actually had no idea that this is what would end up being Cinderella's world. In fact, aside from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, you know, that Dwarf Woods or whatever it's called, that was the only one I knew right away. It's like, oh, that's Cinderella's, that's Snow White's world. That was the only one that I actually truly knew for a fact, because when I first played Birth by Sleep, I didn't know the story behind Maleficent. By now I've seen the movie and looked it up a bit, so yeah, it's unfortunately I can't really say these enemies have really gotten any harder. Granted, that might also be because I grinded like 4 levels to finally beat the boss of Enchanted Domain, but whatever. It's technicalities, who cares at this point, and I'm pretty sure we have a cutscene coming up, so I'll shut up.
I can't believe. Not anymore.
Strength of heart is important, but that's not all you need.
Huh?
There's nothing left to believe in. Nothing.
Nothing, my dear. Oh, now, you don't really mean that.
Oh, but I do. It's just no use.
Nonsense. If you'd lost all your faith, I couldn't be here. And here I am. Oh, come now. Dry those tears. You can't go to the ball looking like that.
The ball? Oh, but I'm not.
Of course you are. But we'll have to hurry. Now, what were those magic words? Oh, yes. Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo!
Oh, it's a beautiful dress. It's a dream come true.
Yes, but like all dreams, I'm afraid this can't last forever. You'll have only till midnight, and then on the stroke of 12, the spell will be broken, and everything will be as it was before.
Yes, I understand.
Her heart was full of light. Why didn't I see it? What did you do? I can hardly tell she's the same person.
Who are you?
Tara.
Tara, in your heart, do you believe that dreams can come true?
I do. But I also believe you have to make an effort to make them come true.
Yes, of course. But sometimes just believing in dreams is easier said than done. Cinderella believes her dreams can come true. I wanted her to see that she is right.
So that's what made her shine. Faith in her heart that anything is possible. Where did she go?
To the royal ball at the palace. Go, and when you see her dancing, you'll know that she believes, and that will help you to believe too.
Okay, so since we have made quite a bit of progress, first of all I want to check out this auto ability. Strike rate is reached to the maximum level, so the auto item boost auto ability is now yours to keep. Auto abilities stay active even if you don't have the abilities equipped. Excuse me. So actually we want to go, actually there are multiple. First of all, obviously, I put in the cure command because we need a healing thing, but whatever. Now we want to... Oh, apparently we're getting bringing meld commands. Okay. We can use multiple different things, which... Yeah. We get Aurora, which... unfortunately, it's not nearly as useful as it was in Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2. Anyway, so now that we've made a fair amount of progress, I want to end it off here. This has been Evan Charkowski. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.